Joining us now, Daniel Altman, economist and author of the High Yield Economics newsletter. So Verizon reportedly planning to lay off around 15,000 workers. It's one of several companies that are out there reporting potential restructuring plans. Tell me a little bit about big picture here. Is it fair to connect what's happening at this one wireless phone provider to the greater economy at large?
So, Alex, most layoffs happen at small and medium-sized businesses, the kinds that don't necessarily make the headlines. And if we look at the layoff rate overall over the past year or so, it hasn't been especially high. The thing is, the hiring rate hasn't been high either. We've been in this low churn labor market where not a lot of people are leaving their jobs and not a lot of people are getting new jobs. Now, we could see an uptick in the layoffs as a result of these big numbers, and especially the fact that we've had this kind of stagnation in the past month and a half. But we're just going to have to wait to see more data. And as you know, we haven't been getting data lately.
Yeah, that was the big problem. We're going to have no data essentially when it comes to the month of October due to that 43-day shutdown. Let's take a look at this recent poll. It finds that 57% of voters say that the economy is weak at this time. It, of course, comes as President Trump, he's planning a nationwide tour focusing on affordability. Affordability seems to be like it's going to be the #1 issue when it comes to the midterms next year. So what should the president be zeroing in on when it comes to bringing down the cost of everyday goods? As we saw from Tom Debsey's report, we were looking at everything from chicken to coffee to fruits and veggies.
If we look at the price level overall, it has been rising fairly quickly. In fact, over the past several months, including the month that we don't have data for, we think it's been rising at about 3.5% at an annual rate. And that's almost double what the Federal Reserve would like to see. Their target is 2%. And so this is more inflation than consumers are typically used to if you look across the board. And there's some categories that are being affected by tariffs, especially durable goods, those big ticket purchases, which are much higher. So this is not necessarily all great news for the president.
Yeah, what do you think really is the catalyst here, or the perhaps mistake that the Trump administration has made during this time, these first few months of this second term, that has led us to this point?
Well, you know, it's really hard to control all the different prices in the economy if you're sitting in the White House. There are some things the president has an influence on and some things that he doesn't. But tariffs certainly have played a role. We now see, according to estimates from Goldman Sachs, that more than half of tariff-related costs are being passed through to consumers as price increases. And Goldman expects that number to rise to 2/3 by early next year.
So how about the stocks, too? We saw in Alicia's report that everything, the three major indices were all in the red. Is that just reactionary to everything that we're seeing with the latest economic news, with no actual data to be presented, with the unlikelihood of an interest rate cuts? And do you expect it to rebound like stocks typically do?
Well, if you look at most major market metrics, the market is overvalued right now. And so I think a lot of economists are sitting around waiting for what they consider to be a bubble to pop. We have seen a little bit of doubt injected into some of these AI-related investment plans that are multi-billion-dollar plans that we've heard over the past year or so. And so there's starting to be a few questions asked. The Census Bureau's last survey of business conditions, which they conducted in August, suggested that major companies were actually starting to scale down their AI integrations. And so I think some of those doubts are starting to creep into the market. The continuing uncertainty as a result of changes in economic policy certainly doesn't help, though.
All right, that's Daniel Altman. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.